Hi, Kevin Coop here, and this is FaceTime with the Content Guy. So I think it's been pretty well established here on Morning News Beat over the years that I do enjoy the occasional beer or wine. Now, I'm no connoisseur, I'm no gourmet, but I do have a healthy thirst. And when it comes to beer, I have been a long neck bottle guy for about as long as I can remember. In fact, I really do remember when I started thinking it was preferable to drink out of long neck bottles. And that would have been in the late 70s and the early 80s when I started reading Robert B. Parker's Spencer novels. And I dug one out of my shelf. This is the very first Spencer novel, paperback edition. I bought it at a brick and mortar store, it's important to point out, and I paid $2.95 for it. That's pretty amazing. Anyway, I started reading the Spencer novels, and they always struck me as, in addition to being really entertaining private detective novels, they also were a pretty good manual on how to be a man. And if long neck bottles were good enough for Spencer, they were good enough for me. Well, the Boston Globe, as it happens, had a really interesting story the other day that I want to draw your attention to because it sort of challenges long neck bottle orthodoxy, if you will. It's about how Jim Koch, the founder of the Boston Beer Company and Sam Adams Beer, is for the first time in almost 30 years, he created this company almost 3 decades ago, he's going to allow some of his brands into cans. But not just any can. They have spent more than 2 years and over $1 million to come up with a can that they believe is going to make their product taste like it should taste. Now, they could have just thrown the beer in a can and they could have taken the money and they could have run. And everybody would have been fine and probably wouldn't have been a big deal. But they didn't want to do that. They spent all this time and all this money to do this patent-pending design that apparently is shaped sort of like an hourglass with a wider lid that they believe is going to enhance the taste, not detract from the taste. And in the end, what I find fascinating about this is Jim Koch wasn't just satisfied with making his customers happy. He had to make himself happy. And that's critically important. There are a lot of Sam Adams devotees out there, and I would count myself among them, especially their red ale, who would have perhaps been put off if they put the beer in cans and it had tasted less than what we expect. And he refused to do that, no matter what the money involved. Now, I think that's a terrific brand equity lesson about being focused on quality and understanding that you have a responsibility to your customers more than just making sure that it shows up on grocery shelves and on liquor store shelves. That's a lesson that they clearly understood. And there's another beverage company out there, adult beverage company out there, that didn't understand it as well and got in a lot of trouble because of it. When that beer comes out in that can, I'm going to be one of the first ones in the store. I'm going to buy myself a 6-pack because I want to test it. And when I do, I'm going to drink a toast to Spencer, who taught me how to drink, and I'm going to drink a toast to Jim Koch, who is relentlessly focused on quality. And that's a lesson we all need to learn. Anyway, that's what is on my mind this Thursday morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.